Hello and welcome to New This Week on ArtistAloud.com, the sound of independence. Today on the show, I'm thrilled to welcome India's finest guitarist. Yes, he's the driving force behind some of the biggest rock acts in the country, like Witchhammer, Vayu, Vayu. That's not all. He's also performed with maestros like Ustad, Fazal, Qureshi and Sivamani. A man who doesn't believe in any boundaries or any music genres. Today on the show, he's here to promote his latest album, Benz. Please welcome the super cool Ravi Iyer. What a performance. What a way to actually start this great show. Yeah. And it has always been a pleasure interacting with you. But I'm going to start with this question. When did you realize you wanted to be a guitarist?
Well, I think I realized it very late, actually.
Very late?
Very late. I started learning when I was 18 years of age, which is, by today's standards, it's really late.
Okay.
Because kids are at it at the age of 3. So, matlab, काफी late. But then, yeah, I did realize that I want to pick up the guitar and really kind of take it.
ऐसा क्या हुआ था आपके जीवन में कि आपने ये realize किया?
Well, I mean, once I got into college, I got influenced by bands like Deep Purple and Pink Floyd and all that. So one of my all-time favorites till date is Ritchie Blackmore. And when I heard Deep Purple, that was one of my first rock bands that I ever heard. That very moment I decided I have to learn guitar.
Was it their music or was it their fan following which attracted?
Oh, no, not at all. There's nothing to do with the fan following at all.
You have to be honest, sir. एक college में 18 साल का पढ़ने वाला लड़का.
उस time पे मतलब कुछ media कुछ नहीं था यार.
No, but isn't it cool that you hold a guitar and there are girls around and you're playing tunes? You have to be honest.
No, I'm very honest.
Okay.
I'm a very honest person. And I'm very honest to my instrument also.
Right.
So, ऐसा कुछ नहीं हुआ था, and I really fell in love with the instrument.
Right.
And I got like really influenced by Ritchie Blackmore's playing.
Right.
Because I think he's one of the most soulful, touching players ever.
Right.
So, मतलब उसका हर एक note मुझे छू गया मतलब. So that's when I really decided. Because thing is, Blackmore also had a little bit of classical influences.
Okay.
And well, it also roots back to my younger days when I learned tabla earlier, which anyway music तो था ही मेरे, you know, in my family.
But अगर मैं गलत नहीं, आप इसे रख सकते हैं?
Yeah, of course, thanks.
But who inspired you to design a custom-made guitar like this? You know, this is a unique instrument. You have to tell me about this thing.
Right. Oh, well, this is totally my
खुद की खोज.
Yeah. But the thing is, see, when you're doing something, automatically the need arises.
So the necessity is the mother of invention.
Necessity is the mother of invention. Yeah. Absolutely.
Can you play for us so that we can understand what is the exact difference between the two?
So now, for example, this neck, I've tuned it to the Western tuning.
Okay.
So I'm able to play my chords. I'm able to play my blues and stuff. So I can do all that on that neck. But then what happens is, on my other neck, it's tuned more for me to play since I do fusion and stuff, and my album is about ragas.
Right.
So I tuned this to the Indian tuning, which is tuned like sapa, sapa, sapa.
Okay.
Which is 1 5 1 5 1 5 all the way. So this is how it's tuned. So this tuning is entirely different. So I'm able to do my.
talk to you about bands. You have 3 bands. Why did you feel the need to create 3 different bands?
No, I don't have 3 different bands.
Okay.
I've been part of 3 different.
Oh, you've been a part of 3 different bands.
Part of 3.
Please tell us more about it. एक आपका band है Witchhammer, एक है Vayu
That was
और एक
way back in 90s, मतलब
Okay.
late 80s.
Okay.
89, 90 में हुआ था.
Okay.
And I was part of that band. And 93 तक चला.
उसमें किस तरह का म्यूजिक आप प्ले करते
Oh,
थे?
we used to do a lot of metal.
Okay.
Metal music.
Right.
We used to cover Iron Maiden, Metallica, Black Sabbath.
और ये वो समय था जब आपके लंबे-लंबे बाल हुआ करते थे.
लंबे बाल, and then we used to go like headbanging.
Yeah.
मतलब continuously headbanging. हमारे हर एक शो के बाद कम से कम एक हफ्ता हम लोग गला पकड़ के बैठे. Now the new age is into moshing. We were more into headbanging and stage diving and all that.
So that was Witchhammer.
That was Witchhammer.
So then came Vayu.
Vayu came much later because वो 93 में Witchhammer split हो गया. उसके बाद I kind of थोड़ा मतलब मेरे life में you know things went a little haywire. तो मैंने music छोड़ दिया.
आपने संगीत छोड़ दिया?
संगीत छोड़ दिया. Right.
ऐसा क्या हुआ?
See, thing is, I was too involved in the band and you know I was too kind of emotional about. तो एक point आता है जब when you feel that you know things are not working out, band split हो जाता है, you feel a little
right
out of focus,
right,
you know. तो थोड़ा maybe I think mentally भी disturb हो गया था मैंने.
तो फिर आपने क्या किया?
Job ले लिया.
Corporate job.
और वो भी कैसा job?
कैसा job?
Servicing, client servicing. मतलब white collar, tie, shy, client meetings. मतलब क्लाइंट से बम्बू खाओ, इधर आके ऑफिस में आके क्रिएटिव का बम्बू खाओ. और आई यूज्ड टू सपोर्ट द क्रिएटिव्स मोर देन द.
तो हर तरफ से आप बम्बू खा रहे थे, आपने सोचा कि यार बम्बू बजा ही लेते हैं, बजा लेते हैं, ज़्यादा बेटर है. हाँ.
So yeah, that's what happened. तो मतलब almost in 97 I was into servicing.
Okay.
कुछ हुआ नहीं मेरा.
लेकिन ये एक फेज बड़ा इंटरेस्टिंग है क्योंकि यहीं पर आप अपनी पत्नी से मिले.
ये तुमको कैसे मालूम?
सर ये भाभी जी ने हमें बताया. हमारे जो बंदे हैं वो हर जगह फैले हुए हैं.
Yeah, I mean I met my wife when I was working in the ad agency, and she happened to be a visualizer there.
Right.
And that's how we met each other. But we were friends.
So then you came back to music.
Yeah, I got back to music.
How did you come back to music?
Well, I mean, she saw I was very keen on music and stuff, and then she told me like, look, I can't see you like this. तो आप एक काम करो, music में चले जाओ, you'll be much more happier. And yeah, I mean, I really thank my wife.
तालियां.
For.
तालियां sir, तालियां.
So yes, she definitely supported, and that really made me feel very confident.
Right.
And I got back to it.
And then you came back, and then you formed another band?
Vayu, I formed as a rock band. Right. Simultaneously, I started doing background scores for television and stuff. Right.
And then how did Vayu happen?
Vayu happened recently, a couple of years back.
Okay. You know, your story reminds me of this movie Rock On. Have you spoken to Farhan Akhtar for the copyrights thingy what they've done? Have they picked up your story?
I don't know about that, but वो तो पता नहीं. But I might not be the only one.
So they say whatever happens, happens for the good. You've been a part of 3 different bands. So what is VRavi?
It's VRavi.
VRavi. Okay.
But you can also say VRavi.
Okay.
Because some people find it difficult to pronounce.
No, I'll say VRavi.
Thank you.
Right.
So it's VRavi Guitar Fusion is what my project is currently.
Okay.
Where the music is all revolving around fusion, obviously, predominantly. And obviously मेरा rock attributes तो है ही है वो उसमें. And it's more revolving around ragas and stuff. So that's VRavi Guitar Fusion.
Okay.
And my album is called Bends, B-E-N-D-S. Bends has a lot of connotations to it. Simply because I'm a guitar player, obviously the first thing that occurred to me is bends.
Yeah.
Again, bends can also mean breaking boundaries, bending genres. So it can go on and on and on.
Wow.
So, yeah.
So I want you to perform one song from this album.
Okay.
And then we'll talk more about the album.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I would like to choose a song called Durganad.
Okay.
Which is based on the rag Durga.
So here comes the first performance from Mr. Ravi Iyer, Durganad, from his latest album, Bends. that was a soulful performance, sir. मैं आपसे ये जानना चाहूँगा कि is this the only track which you've taken from your previous album, or are there more tracks?
No, this is the only track that I've taken from their album.
Right.
But the ragas which I did in the album, I have taken the same ragas.
Okay.
But have composed new pieces now.
Okay.
New composition.
Oh, that sounds quite intriguing, actually. You know what?
Thank you.
I'm going to talk more about it, but on the other side of the break, stay tuned.
First time electric guitar बजाने मिल रहा है. वो भी एक राह चलता आदमी ने offer
इतने
किया.
प्यार से. Would you like to say something to him, if in case he's watching the show right now?
Yes, of course, of course. I mean, I always admired him. I respect him, and I'm so thankful to him. I mean, I would be glad if I could, meet him again.
So you heard Deep Purple, and you thought that I also want to be a rock star.
हर बात में गिटार के साथ रॉक स्टार का क्या मतलब
पता नहीं, मतलब ऐसा हर व्यक्ति कहता है.
जरूरी नहीं. अब कोई अगर वीणा बजा रहा है या वायलिन बजा रहा है तो उनको भी बोलते हैं रॉक स्टार बनना, ऐसा नहीं है ना.
Hi, this is Jelly Beans. We are here with 3 different colors of jelly beans. We are the wind chimes. We are the skyscrapers. We are the sections. Peace to the world. Peace to the world. I'm a little girl in my own world, filled with love, filled with joy, and dreams that take me high.
Don't forget to watch us on this Thursday, 4 p.m.
Only on ArtistAloud.com. We hope you like our music.
All around the earth, we celebrate the Savior's birth. All around the earth, celebrate, we celebrate, yeah. Ra-pa-pa-pa-pa, ra-pa-pa-pa-pa, ra-pa-pa-pa.
Welcome back after the break. I am in conversation with Mr. Ravi Iyer, and we're talking about his latest album, Bends.
Yeah.
Tell me something more about this album.
Okay. See, basically, Bends, as I said, I mean, it's part of my VRavi guitar fusion project, which I started last year. And touch wood, things have been going quite smooth from the time I began this. And my core band, my core lineup is me on the guitar, and I have a tabla player. Absolutely amazing. We just connected from day one. And his name is Rupak Damankar.
Right.
Right? He's a young guy, young kid. In fact, his father and me have learned tabla from the same professor.
What are you saying? Wow. World is so small.
It's absolutely small. And I was shocked. I mean, I was with pleasure when I came to know this fact.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that when I met him.
Okay.
And on the bass is Crosby Fernandez, who has been with me right from the Vayu days. And he's always been supportive.
So the sound is also inspired by a lot of ragas. You know, the compositions are all ragas, if I'm not
they're
wrong.
raga based. Now the thing is, I don't have any authority over ragas. I'm a rock guitar player. But what happens is, since I learned tabla and I've been exposed to classical music, when I was a kid, my mom, my aunt, though they didn't pursue music professionally, they've both retired as school teachers.
Oh. So your mother taught you ragas?
Yeah, I take a lot of help from her. So she guides me with the ragas and the chalan basically. So I take all that and I interpret it in my own way. In VRavi guitar fusion. In my composition.
So at the age of 18, you picked up your first guitar. You started to learn, but it's not that easy.
Right.
So What were the difficulties you faced while learning it, or was it simple for you?
For me, what had happened was I got too obsessed with the guitar.
Okay.
So then I didn't kind of think of these things, whether is it easy or not easy.
हाँ.
मुझे तो बस इतना था कि मुझे सीखना है और मुझे अच्छा बजाना है. So I just went all out for that.
So you heard Deep Purple, and you thought that I also want to be a rock star.
हर बात में गिटार के साथ रॉक स्टार का क्या मतलब
पता नहीं, मतलब ऐसा हर व्यक्ति कहता है, तो मेरी जनरेशन तो ये सोचती है कि गिटार है तो रॉक स्टार है.
जरूरी नहीं. अब कोई अगर वीणा बजा रहे हैं या वायलिन बजा रहे हैं तो उनको भी बोलते हैं रॉक स्टार बनना, ऐसा नहीं है ना.
Okay.
Because these are all string instruments.
Okay.
So I mean you consider it as a musical instrument.
Okay.
And whether you learn this instrument in the rock genre or the jazz genre or any genre, it's an instrument to be played in that particular genre.
Right,
So
right.
it's got to be respected in that way.
Right.
तो ऐसा जरूरी नहीं कि rock star बनना है इसके लिए ही गिटार सीखना है.
Right.
I guess, I mean, I never support this misconception that many people amongst us have. Trust me, it's not like that.
Yeah.
Guitar has its own place in everything.
Right. Do you remember the first time you played in front of public?
Yes, I got bottles on stage.
Was it a horrible performance at your end, or was there something wrong?
No, it was bad with the entire band.
Yeah.
This was the first time and we were all nervous and, you know, मेरे पास electric guitar भी नहीं था तभी. I used to put pickups on my acoustic guitar.
अच्छा.
और मतलब वो Lamington Road से एक amplifier और speaker लाए थे. We used to connect in that and I used to play on that. But when we used to practice, एक राह चलता हुआ आदमी आके मुझसे कहा यार I can't bear to see because I'm struggling to play on the highway star बजा रहा हूँ मतलब वो box guitar पे with that pickup sounding like a tin pot. तो मतलब ये बंदा बोला कि look I've got an electric guitar तुम ले लो, you know, use it. I was, my God, उसका जो action था, strings यहाँ था और fretboard यहाँ पे था.
Okay.
मतलब उसमें भी मेहनत था बहुत, लेकिन for me it was an electric guitar and trust me, I mean, I was on top of the world यार. First time electric guitar बजाने मिल रहा है. वो भी एक राह चलता आदमी ने, you know, offer
इतने
किया. प्यार से दिया.
Yeah.
I used that for the first show.
That gentleman actually became a Santa Claus for you, right?
Of course,
Yeah.
of course, definitely. And I mean, I still remember him. I can't tell you how good I feel about him.
Have you ever got an opportunity to meet him again?
No, I never. It's just lost touch. I mean, unfortunately, मतलब उसके बाद ये तो कब की बात है? 85 की बात है, 86.
If given an opportunity, would you like to say something to him, if in case he's watching the show right
Yes,
now?
of course, of course. I mean, I always admired him. I respect him, and I'm so thankful to him that he actually came and offered me his guitar. And I didn't know him from Adams. He was just passing by our practice place.
So, gentlemen, if you're watching this show right now, you know, Mr.
कहीं भी
Ravi,
होगा, I mean, yes. I mean, I would be glad if I could, you know, meet him again.
wow. So coming back to the album here,
Yeah.
you know, and tell me something more about the compositions
Yeah, so
in the album.
basically, I mean, the compositions are all based on ragas.
Yeah.
But again, as I said, beyond the core lineup, I'm very happy that I collaborated with a lot of different musicians.
Oh.
You know, so because my music is very open, so I can collaborate with anyone.
Okay.
I mean, I've had a harp player, the huge harp
Yeah.
instrument, a lady called Cleo Carabellias.
Okay.
She's from Greece. She's part Greece and part France. And she has performed on 2 of my songs from the album.
Wow. Which songs are there?
She's performed on a song called Om,
Okay.
which is on Rag Yaman,
Okay.
which is the first song in my album actually.
Okay.
Om is about beginning basically.
Yeah.
So that's why I've named it as Om.
Right.
So she's performed on that, and she's performed on Hamsadwani,
Okay.
which is there in the album again.
Okay.
Then I've had a drummer from Los Angeles who's
Oh.
played. His name is Jake Block.
Okay.
Fantastic jazz drummer. Oh, by the way, my entire album is a live album.
What do you mean by live
in the
album?
sense, there were 3 gigs that I played, collaborating with different musicians
Okay.
at different times. And this entire album was recorded multi-track at Blue Frog. In the first gig, actually, even Shri Sridhar Parthasarthi joined me on Mirdangam.
Oh, wow.
You know, and of course, who doesn't know him? I was really honored
Right.
that he, you know, agreed to
Right.
play the show with me, and he's there on the album.
Wow.
On most of the songs,
Wow.
actually. That was a gig when Cleo Carabellias also was
Right.
part of
Which was Hamsadwani.
Hamsadwani and
Hamsadwani,
Om.
right.
And obviously Crosby and Rupak,
Right, right.
my gum chums were
Right.
there.
सिर्फ बातें करने में ना इतना आनंद नहीं है जितना सुनने में आनंद है
और ये गाना तो और भी आनंद होगा क्योंकि हमसध्वनि जो है इट्स अ वेरी मेडिटेटिव राग. It's used for music therapy and all that.
Really?
तो एकदम बहुत मतलब peaceful राग है.
So all the music lovers out there, here's music therapy from Mr. Ravi Iyer, the Hamsadhwani Raga.
Thank you.
Wow. I'm in a different state altogether.
पहुंच गए ना थोड़ा मतलब एक.
I don't feel like talking. I just want to listen. But break के बाद मैं बात करूंगा रवि जी के बारे में और बहुत सारी interesting बातें.
Double standards के बारे में.
Double standards के बारे में. Lot of facts coming up right after the break. Don't go anywhere.
हमेशा वो Geminis का double face होता है.
Double face होता है.
हमेशा.
Okay.
There are two sides.
भाई ये तो हम Geminis के traits के बारे में बात कर रहे थे और बहुत सारी interesting बातें.
Double standards के बारे में.
ArtistAloud voice. Music in your heart, music in your soul. Hear it all together now on your phone. It's your music station, and it's on your phone. ArtistAloud voice. ArtistAloud voice. Music in your heart, music in your soul. You put your hand in my ArtistAloud voice.
Welcome back after the break. I am in conversation with Mr. Ravi Iyer. You know, you've collaborated with a lot of international artists on your album.
Right.
You've also collaborated with ArtistAloud.com for the release of your album, which has taken your album to a different reach altogether.
Right.
So please share your experiences on the same.
Yeah, I mean, see, it's very nice to have platforms like ArtistAloud, and because music overall is getting digital now.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, everything is digital now.
Yeah.
So things are faster. Yeah. Maybe if I try to give one person a CD, in the meantime, 50 others might have already downloaded through digital. Yeah. So my music gets reached faster.
Yeah.
Maybe these are the advantages. Yeah.
And across the globe, in real time, actually.
Yeah.
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 Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. At this point of time, I would also like to talk about the third composition, which you recorded at Blue Frog.
Correct.
Which was?
Which was the song is called Rain Song.
Rain Song.
Rain Song. The Barish.
Kya baat hai?
Brindavani Sarang.
Okay.
It's basically got to do with rains.
Okay.
And
what's the USP of this song?
Well, it's a very high energy song.
Okay.
It's very folky. It's got a lot of folk elements to it.
Right.
And it kind of gets you going, you know.
Gets you going.
Yeah, it gets you going.
So let's get this thing going and let's have the performance.
Thank you.
Let's have this rain song, which is Rag Brindavani.
Brindavani Sarang.
Brindavani Sarang. Wow. Today I'm getting to learn a lot of new things.
Yeah, even I am learning, don't worry.
Let's have the performance. Rain song. Wow, there was something magical about that song for sure.
Yeah.
You know, it's quite surprising that, you know, here is a gentleman who got inspired by Deep Purple.
Yeah.
You know, started playing heavy metal, head-banging stuff, and now getting into such soulful, meditative music. How did the transition happen?
Because I'm a Gemini.
Oh, मुझे वैसे इसके बारे में कोई जानकारी नहीं है. What does that mean?
हमेशा वो Geminis का double face होता है.
Double face होता है.
हमेशा.
Okay.
There are two sides.
Okay.
To their whatever they do. इसके लिए डबल नेक आ गया.
मैं ये जानना चाहूँगा कि आपके जो फैंस हैं, आपके जो चाहने वाले हैं, उनके लिए आप और नया क्या लेके आने वाले हैं इसके बाद?
Well, my future projects is basically I want to do another album very soon, post this release and everything.
Right.
In fact, I would love my audiences to tell me what I should do.
Wow.
Rather than me maybe forcing them at this point.
Right.
So I would love it if they could, you know, tell me, look, I mean, we loved your songs the way they are, but in your next album, we would prefer,
something
or we would want you to do something like this.
Wow, wow. That's an amazing suggestion. You can write into us. You can write into Ravi directly, actually.
Yeah.
You know,
I have a website, so maybe
he has a website. You can directly write it to him and given your feedback, given your suggestions, and also the kind of music they want to hear.
Right. Of course. And then what happens is, then at least it gives me a little more clearance as to, see, I always do what I like and I always do what I want.
Yeah.
But at the same time, obviously, it fits into my domain.
Right.
Maybe, I mean, you never know. Maybe something I might have missed out. Maybe it's a right suggestion. Maybe I might have not considered that.
Right.
So if something like that comes, they're most welcome. I mean, I'll always consider that.
And music is something, you know, which connects everybody together.
Absolutely.
Even if they don't understand the intricacies of a raga.
Absolutely.
You know, it is something which is going to appeal across ages and borders.
Yep.
Yeah?
Yep.
Wow. Ravi, it was such a pleasure to have you on the show.
Thank you so much.
And thank you for treating us to those melodies, those soulful melodies, I would say.
Thank you.
And I wish to catch up with you soon.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Pleasure.
It was a pleasure talking to you, Gunjan, and thanks a lot, ArtistAloud.
That was Ravi Iyer with his ragas. Next week, we're going to explore a new artist with new sounds. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.
I said, oh. I said, no, absolutely not. I said, the boy band. Kya ho gaya hai? Ye kya ho gaya hai? I went to my grandmother Asha ji and I said, आई ने fix decide किया है कि अब मैं काम नहीं करने वाला हूँ, मैं music करने वाला हूँ. कहते हैं दिल दे ना रोको रोको, कहते हैं दिल से ना सोचो सोचो. Whoa, two's album, second album. You can rest your soul when you're weary and cold. Baby, I'm coming home. Hey! So if you thought you knew everything, well, I know you didn't, because I know that you knew this week on ArtistAloud.com, because New This Week is the name of a program on ArtistAloud.com, 4 p.m. every Monday. Catch me this Monday, Chintu Bose, playing you my songs. ArtistAloud.com, where is music first.